Hello, Avi8ors. Happy Friday.
Good morning. Happy
Friday.
Friday.
Happy
Yay.
Friday.
It's Friday, finally.
Good morning,
Morning.
everybody.
Morning. Here's what I don't understand. Why can't you be happy every day? Why does it have to be Friday only? Okay. You might as well enjoy life, All right. What do we have on this Friday? Okay, we got a screen running. Let's look at the news. What's on the news today? 10 a.m. Michigan consumer sentiment. Okay. So 10 a.m. news. And then not much till the end of the day. Cool. All right. So 10 a.m. That looks like it'll be important. So the whole thing on the SPY is try not to be in a position around 10 a.m. De-risk it if you're in it, or just wait to enter something after. Now we got this chart. Anyone see anything on the SPY 30-minute chart for now? Anything interesting?
Probably for what it's worth, yesterday the JPM color was hit at 6505 on the SPX. So for the next few days, potentially a little bit of downturn.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, you were saying a few days ago, right? That will that the market tends to react to that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, good call. Yep. Sure enough, you had the downturn already today. So firm resistance overhead, basically, so far today. And even the candlesticks are showing that. Cool, man. Thanks. All right. So as far as candlestick setups go, I don't see anything. Again, we had the move up yesterday, the reversal without an indication for a reversal the way I like it. Came down, got the hammer, but in the wrong context. And so nothing after that. As far as precise candlestick patterns are concerned, I don't see anything. But what's interesting is you have this firm resistance here. Had a false breakout and then a real breakout. Retest and yeah, deeper retest. And then bounced off of that level again today. 646.50. So that's a potential support zone. And we obviously know where resistance is. So you have the levels right about there. And then you have the big high of yesterday. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this zone right now. And I don't see a single candlestick pattern. So once again, I'll sit out the first 30 minutes, let the news pass, and let's see if we get a good candlestick pattern. And maybe we got something. All right. What else y'all want to look at? Or we can just start happy hour now. I don't care.
Tesla.
Whatever. Tesla? All right. Tesla. What do we have? Move up and then maybe pop down yesterday. I see a bit of a double bottom here. If you're considering the move down, especially yesterday, here's your bottom. That's yesterday's low and the second bottom with a nice little gap in it. Second bottom is here, pre-market, and the bottom was complete when this closed as a bullish candle. So then I would put the level right above that candle and say the entry is on the new high. If you got that, you'd already be in there. So what I'm thinking on Tesla is bullish. Reversal. So the reversal has begun. And what you could look at is a continuation of the reversal. So you're looking at resistance levels. You have pre-market resistance, which is very firmly as well intraday resistance yesterday. That is interesting. This whole zone, just under 347, if it sets up for a good breakout, a good ABCD pattern on a 1 minute or an ORB or something like that, then you have an opportunity to go long. I wouldn't think of it as short, not at all, not on a 30-minute picture. But wait for that good breakout setup or breakout retest this zone, 347.
Avi,
Sorry, when you're comparing these Tesla, the same double bottom is not happening in the SPY. Look at these, the two, okay? And then go to that back to the SPY. It's not clear like that. But look, yes, that, the one
Here?
at, yes, that white one, and the red one, yes, that one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
then there is
see it,
also
but
a resistance level at 647.37. So if it's break that
37. Yeah, here. You're talking about
yeah,
here, yeah.
yeah, which is the high of 2 days ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you could see that, but to my eyes, it's just this is hardly a bottom through the gap. You see, you had a bottom here, and it went up, and then what you want is an arch. It should come down and make a nice curve over here. This hardly looks like a curve to my eyes. This is more like a choppy consolidation and then a little dip and push, rather than genuinely coming down, making a bottom a little bit higher than the first one and going. And in the context of the move down, so you have the context. It's just not as precise as SPY. So let's put them side by side. Oops, where is it? 30-minute. There we go. You can see this massive move, right? Moved up. The buyers here were so aggressive, and then they stepped up further up. Over here, it's just not. It's not the same kind of aggression from the buyers.
Understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But not to say it's not valid. It's just that I guess I'm picky like that. A lot of people will take this as a double bottom. And also, then there's the other thing. Where's the confirmation? Where's your first bullish candle after the bottom? If you consider this the bottom, I still haven't seen a single bullish candle that would close off the double bottom and say, okay, now you can enter on the new high. So I'm still not seeing that.
True.
Yeah. Cool. All right, couple more minutes, guys. We want to look at PLTR and AMD. All right. PLTR, man. To my eyes, this thing is always a mess, but then, I don't know, it jumps around. Again, pre-market, I don't see a setup. Very similar to the SPY, actually, but I don't see a setup at all. You can have some obvious levels to work with. You got, I'd say you got resistance right about here. So it broke out. Looks like it's bouncing off now. So if it drops and bounces off of this zone, that could be fun. Resistance, breakout. Yeah, it's been an interesting zone. Yeah. This was firm resistance. Here's a breakout. Bounce again, support. So, and then you have right here, post-market, you got resistance there. So right now it's in between that range. Let's see how that behaves after the open. What else we got? AMD. AMD, what do we have? Again, it's messy in my eyes. Why AMD? Why would you look at this? It dropped and it's going up, but it's not giving you anything. It's in a messy pre-market zone. I did that yesterday as well. See that messy pre-market and broke out. Could be that today, but it's making these lower highs. So I know there's sellers somewhere. They could easily just make a lower high again. Could be right now. I don't know. Very hard to read. I wouldn't read anything into this. Leave it alone. Leave it until something sets up, right? So there we go. Let's put these on the charts. We have Tesla, AMD. Well, let's look at PLTR. That's more interesting. And Matt, you're looking at Google. Alexander at Apple. Okay, we'll go through these quick. Google, what do we have? Yeah, again, pop up, came down, going back up, but no patterns. I don't see a reversal set up to catch this long. I don't see anything setting up at the moment. Again, just candlestick pattern wise. You have obvious levels to work with. You got yesterday's high. You can see that. That's very firm. Resistance. You have this high a couple days ago, which looks like it's been respected pretty much. Things to work with. But I don't see a setup again. Apple, what do we have? Very similar, right? Everything's similar. Went up, came down. Ooh, here's a big bearish engulfing. Look at this one. This last candle of the day yesterday. I'd put a level there, right there, and say the entry is the new low for the short, which looks like it already happened. That's an interesting place. That's a pattern. That's a candlestick setup that I like. And here's a setup for the long. Here's your bullish move. I'd put a level right above that and enter the new high, and you're in that long. That was yesterday. So far today, let's see, this candle is going to close in 30 seconds. Let's see how it closes. Could be bullish, but I don't know. No, it's not clean. Nothing's clean. Sit and wait. Sit and wait stuff. All right, guys. The market is about to open. You'll know what to do. Wait for it. Wait for your setup. It always comes. I promise. And then I'll read you a book a little bit after the open. There we go. Things are open. Let's see. What do I want to look at? Let's watch the SPY on this chart here. What did I put a level there? I don't want any levels on the SPY. This doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, I got Tesla and PLTR opened on the other charts. I put AMD as well, just to keep an eye on things. Yeah, watch PLTR now. Firmly rejecting that resistance so far. It's only the first minute, but you want to be careful with this stuff. Apple, what was Apple? Yeah, this level was very interesting. That's where I would get the confirmation for the short, which already happened. You might look at it as so far looks like it broke out and might be retesting. But anyways, keep an eye on it. You don't know. What do we have? Tesla as well? What am I looking at? Well, yeah, we had a setup on Tesla, right? Let's look at that. There you go. 1 minute ORB could happen. If it breaks that 1 minute high with aggression, you might have an ORB. What do we have here? Yeah, that's a level on Tesla. Yeah, all going upwards. You can see where that bounces. That's what we were talking about, the double bottom sort of setup. And the breakout is off of this level that we marked right here. And so far, it's holding firmly above that. So far, it's only been a couple of minutes. You want to find an entry in this zone somewhere. Breakout retest already happened in the pre-market. If you're aggressive enough to enter in the first minute, you'd be in this. And you'd have a lot of good conviction for the long. Otherwise, just stop out right below the level if it doesn't go. PLTR breaking through that zone. This will be interesting. Let it truly consolidate, retest that zone on the upside. That would be good. It's very difficult to enter around here. That's some fun stuff, huh? Try and find that long on Tesla. Now you're getting an opening range. Kind of beginning to see the top of it, right? Basically the top of the first candle. Basically, you have the first candle. Let's try and identify the opening range here, and it'll probably change a little bit. Let's see. That's the opening range so far. It's just the first candle. Everything so far has been inside of it. And you have that firm support right below 347. So you coincide a ORB setup on a 1 minute chart with that big double bottom on a 30-minute. Now you have a fractal pattern. Let's see if that happens. Yeah, PLTR, you see that? Messy, yeah? Be careful with it. Let it consolidate. You don't want to just enter it because it's going up, right? That's the worst thing you could do. Okay, Tesla again. Finding some buyers there. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, there it is, going lower. Let's see. Where are these buyers? Nope, not there. The 30-minute picture, yeah, that would be it. That's that zone. If it fails that zone, there's no way it's a long. Let's see. AMD's a mess, huh? Careful with it. Oh, there we go. You see the buyers now? Just above 346. Let's see if this closes as a hammer. This could be very interesting. I think Tesla is the most interesting thing so far. Wow, that's a doji, so a lot of indecision. Do you want to enter the market when there's indecision? Anyone? No? Yes? If you don't say anything, I think it's a yes.
No, not really. How about NVDA? NVDA looks to be actually quite a bearish in the first 5 minutes, as far as I can see.
If you said it looks bearish, everyone go long. NVIDIA. Yeah, on Tesla, it's indecisive, all right? This is not a time to touch it. It could still easily be a long, but not now. NVIDIA, what do we have?
5 minutes.
It's got a bit of a bearish setup to it in the pre-market. Reverse ABCD with that tail popping out. So it's got that. You have yesterday's low. That would be the support area. That would be a target zone if you were short. So people who got short early, yeah, there's your target right there. If it was bearish, if you caught your 1 minute ORB or whatever it is going down, this is where you de-risk it now and then wait and see. Wait and see what happens.
But not ideal for 5 minute ORB, right?
No. There's nothing here. This thing's already made a big move. It's already at this firm support from yesterday. What you want to do is let it consolidate, do a 5 minute reverse ABCD. That'll give you a good indication for a continued move down. Right now, one leg is already done. You don't want to enter right now. It could easily reverse. It could do anything at this point. So let it set up. It's done nothing but move down so far. Nothing else. Nothing else. Oh, there you go. You guys answered here in the chat. Yes, don't enter an indecisive market. Well, there are ways to trade indecision. There are. You short options contracts, condors and stuff, but that's a different world. It's not what we're trying to do here. What's with the SPY? Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. You know what? Let's identify the opening range on the SPY as well, just to have something to look at. See if it gives us anything. So I'd look at, what the hell would I look at? Oh yeah, so that first minute, the high and the low is very encouraging. What you have is this second and third minute, the price actions inside the first minute. Fourth minute, it even bounced off of that level. So that's pretty convincing on the bottom end. You even have the lower highs. So it's all convincing for thinking that the bears are taking over. And that would be a target down there, 646.86. No entry, no setup for me. I mean, I'm still waiting on a 30-minute chart, but something to look at. So Tesla, what is it doing? Yeah, opening range break to the downside. Scalp opportunity. Looks like it's going 345. What else? PLTR, yeah. Oh, AMD just did a breakdown. Low of day. Watch that. What are we looking at a 5-minute chart for? There you go. SPY going. Anyone scalping that? The setup's pretty obvious, but it's not the setup I like to trade. So NVIDIA did this reverse ABCD on a 1-minute chart so far. Pretty neat, huh? Put in those buyers, but then as soon as it made the new low through those tweezer bottoms, you see that? 176.32. Yeah, I'll put the line right there. Tweezers are basically wicks in the same place. This is almost exactly in the same place. Once it breaks that low, that's firm buying. Basically, tweezers here telling you it's firm buyers twice in the same place. Once it breaks through there, that's a potential entry for the breakdown. And then you get a retest perhaps. And if you got Tesla short on the ORB, that's your target, 345.
Yeah, Avi, can you pull up Google when you get a chance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Google looks strong. Looks
Google.
like the only one that's going up.
You only trade long, is that right?
Yeah, to be honest, I do. I'm too scared too short.
Too scared to short. Short's where the fast money's made, man. If your timing is good and you're going out of the money contracts, oh my god.
Should talk about.
Anyways, so Google, yeah, we didn't have a setup, but we definitely had a resistance zone. I mean, that's yesterday's high, pretty obvious. What's interesting in yesterday's high is it kept bumping itself there, but never broke out. But now it's right back at it. Let's see. Yeah, resisted, but now printing a new high. It's interesting. I wouldn't enter the breakout. It's a little risky. I'd wait for the retest if you truly are convinced to enter this long. Wait for that retest. Oh, and what do we have here? Look at this. Moved up first few candles. Then during the consolidation, it put in this wick that popped out of that previous candle. It's an interesting setup for a continued move here at 934. It's not ideal, but it's interesting. Yeah, it's holding very nicely above that. Anyways, keep an eye. Once you become convinced that that level is holding a support, let a candlestick bounce off it and print bullish. That's how you really know. And then you have an opportunity. Well, where are we going on NVIDIA? Let's look. Support would have been there, but we're all the way, excuse me, we're already through it. We got this wick down here and then further down here. Let's see what else is in between. Yeah, that's support. Oh, here's something. That's support right there. Going in through 174. Yeah. 174 would be a major target on NVIDIA if it goes through where it is now. Basically, it holds below 175. Fun. 174.50. Yeah. Cool. Hey, look at that. The SPY hit, pushed down and bouncing right off of the measured move at the moment. I got to say, this is probably the easiest way you can ever trade ORBs. Just wait a couple minutes, identify the opening range, just like we did here on the SPY, and then off you go. And the same thing with Tesla. Identify the opening range. That's your target down there. Pretty simple. NVIDIA did do probably the cleanest pattern. I still wouldn't answer that. It's not the pattern I like, but it's the cleanest of the lot. What are we looking at? Brian, you want to look at BABA. All right. Why would you look at BABA and all these complicated stocks? Well, what pops out right away on a 1 minute chart is this massive bullish engulfing last candle before the open. You see that? And the previous candle is a red candle. That's also a very powerful signal. The low and the high are significantly out of, significantly engulfing the previous candle. Well, I had about 10 candles before as well. The high and the close are in the same place. So the entry is basically the new high. And you're in that long. That would have been a good one. Then look at it. And you're getting a bit of a continuation now. You got this long tail hammer. The entry is a new high, basically where it is now. Was the entry 5 cents lower. And you might have a good continuation going on. But that's just a 1 minute. Let's look at a 30. 30 is just all bullish. It's just going up. Firm resistance here. Broke through that. Here, of course, broke through that. You can see these ABCD patterns. Very nice, this one. And, oh, here we go. Put a big tail down here. Everything's bullish on this. That's interesting. So it came down, it put in your bullish pattern, went up, give you an ABCD before the open, then continued up, broke through that big high on in the pre-market, and then, yeah, there's your breakout. Then gave you a bullish engulfing before the open. And then it gave you the pop at the open, which you could have caught. And now you may get a continuation. It's all bullish. Everything bullish. I mean, never think of this as short unless... Oh, wait, hold on a sec. Sorry, I'm seeing this candle now. 937. This is a bearish engulfing right here. First little bearish indication. You can see the low and the close are pretty close together. Big bearish candle completely engulfing the previous white candle. Yeah. Now that long was over at when that candle closed at 937. So you would have had that little scalp, that pop first couple of minutes. Would have been a very neat setup. The continuation is not on, I don't think so, because of that candle at 937. I wouldn't say go short based on that. That's just a 1 minute candle, right? But I would take the risk off. Baba. I haven't seen Baba behave so well in a long time.
Baba had news this morning.
All right. What kind of news?
They're creative. They joined with Huawei. How they say the company name? They're trying to make their own chips to compete with NVIDIA.
Okay.
No.
More speculative news, huh?
Yep.
Cool. Well, that's what makes the market work. Speculation, greed, and fear. Nothing more. That's really quite something. If you just look at everything as greed and fear in the stock market, a lot of things just start to make sense. And you just kind of go with greed or fear. You find your direction. And but you really got to put in the screen time to develop that instinct. We have an interesting reverse hammer here on the SPY, suggesting a continued move down through the level. Through this one, yeah, potential second leg down. Oh, there it goes right now. Boom. Somebody catch that for me, please.
I catch it already from 647.40 because it was the break of 2 days ago high.
Oh,
The
fantastic.
one that I took. Yeah, the one that I took, it said broke. It
Yeah.
was 5 minutes as well. So I took it.
Nice. You nailed it in the pre-market. You were talking about it. Nice.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, good stuff, man. Stick with it. Looks good. You caught a good move already, and now you're risk-free.
Because there are news, I already made 4 I may exit and then see if it's gonna add
Nice.
or not. I don't know.
And wait for your confirmations, then you get your ads.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job catching that. Very nice.
I used the 5 minutes and the volume at 1 minute and 5 minutes. I see that there was plenty of buying pressure, but it was not going up. You look at the first minute, it was a lot of there was a lot of volume, and if you put it the 5 minutes as well, it was the same, exact same candle.
Yep. There it is. Yeah, all bearish activity here on the 5 and the 1 for sure. Nice job. And this is a bit of a 3-bar play on the 5 minute as well, going short.
Okay,
Pretty cool, man. Good stuff.
7R.
Wow. I gotta see this trade. This sounds great. I wish I could pick a direction on this thing before the market opened, but I can't. I just can't. Because I'm thinking of massive moves, $5 moves on the SPY. That's why I don't have the eyes for this stuff anymore, scalping stuff. But there you go, SPY now at the next target down. Oh, just broke through it. There it is. Look at that, just eating up these measured moves, huh? That's actually really good price action. As far as Wyckoff is concerned, you have the opening range, which you have basically a range, a breakout, bit of a retest sort of setup, and straight to the next area, consolidation, and go for the second leg. Don't plan for a third leg. If you get it, that's lucky. But 2 legs you can count on most of the time. So consolidation, breakout, and 2 legs. Man. That's the thing. The trades that I target would be an entry maybe somewhere up here, 647.40, and you're going all the way down to 645, and it takes a couple hours. That's why I don't trade this stuff anymore. These ORB things. Those are the ones I want to get. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Tesla. Also, nothing more than measured moves off the range. You pick the range, and it's respecting it quite neatly. Hard to make money on this, though, because the range is rather tight. But that's the ORB. That's the opening range. Ooh, NVIDIA, there you go. Bouncing almost precisely off of that level of support that we identified earlier. Both of them, really. We got them from, right there, these wicks. We got this wick right here. And this further wick was, right here. You can see the buyers coming in this area. Sure enough, they're still there today. When was that? That was the 21st of August. 8 days ago, and they're still there. Cool, huh? I'm telling you guys, trading doesn't have to be very complicated. Just let the candles tell you what it wants to do. So we got news in about 10 minutes. And then I'll look at the 30-minute SPY chart and see what it looks like. See if there's anything worthwhile.
Well, Avi, you said to catch a short, and I caught a short
Well done. What short did you catch?
on the SPY right before it had that big break to the downside.
Nice.
Right before the big break, the entry was beautiful.
Nice. Good job. Yeah.
That is Abinachi level. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly, right
Abinachi,
there.
But it is a Abinachi level as well.
The 945, the 945 candles were entered.
Yeah, well done. It's an Avinacci level as well, precisely. It's funny how it all lines up, huh? It's really
I
funny.
reshorted it as well with you.
You also shorted. Nice.
Again,
Oh, you guys are having a good weekend already. Nice job, guys.
Oh, what a move.
Good stuff. Good way to trade. There you go. You can plan your trades and wait for it. The real signal for me was here. This big reverse hammer. If you take off everything on this chart here, I'll show you this. You don't know what's going on. It just had a range and it's going down, and you identify that, okay, it went down. Then it starts to consolidate, and during the consolidation, it closed this hammer. That's where I would put a level there and say on the new low would be an entry. So it entered the new low, stop would be probably halfway of the wick or just above the other wick. And then you're in this, and support-wise, I would have targets. The first target, pretty obvious one, is here. And you got something down here to take a partial at. What else do we have? See some wicks. Where? Yeah, support's pretty obvious down here as well. You can see that zone. Yeah, 645, 50-ish. Yeah.
that
That's how I would get
942 candle that you show, the 9 for you have naked trading. But if you had 50 EMA and 200 EMA, it has death cross. Do you know what is the death cross? The 50
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
to 100.
Just cross
That-
below.
Exactly same candle.
Cool. Yeah. A lot of people like to use that indicator.
I
I
am
like it.
using. I use the golden cross and death cross. It is a confirmation for me. Yeah.
All right. Good. If that's working for you. What I discovered with that, for me at least, over the years, is that the entry just gets too late.
It
By the
is.
time I wait for the cross, then I lose the RVR. I could have easily got a better, tighter entry based on a price action.
You know what is when you can use it? When you are in a trade, not use it to enter a trade. When you are already in a trade, because I was in the trade, I entered at I don't know, 9:30 something, 31, 32. I don't have that, but because I was already shorting it, 9:35. Sorry, then it was a continuation confirmation for me. So it's gonna continue going down, not just to use it as an entry. You're right.
Yeah.
It's late, but
too
it's
late.
good when you are already in a trade.
Nice. You got a good, effective way of using it.
Yeah.
That's good. And that's a good point, guys. Really, every indicator that you're using or every detail of every strategy that you're using, make sure it has a really impactful purpose. Like here we have the using the death cross as an indication for a continuation of the move. Now that's pretty impactful. That helps in making a big decision to add to a position or to hold on to it. So you don't want to just have things all over your chart and you're like, yeah, maybe this thing will help a little bit. And when it happens on the chart, when you're live, you're like, okay, I'll just use it. A lot of people trade that way, and that's where you get all screwed up. You got to be absolutely firm, and you'll realize that there's very few indicators there that actually for you will make sense. Maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 indicators at the most. And they help you make those big decisions to enter or to stop out or to add in or take a partial. Just be very, very firm about what's within your line of sight. And then your head will be clear as well. It makes decision making a lot simpler. And then trading becomes a fun experience, not a stressful experience. So try and trade that way. Makes life easier.
And obviously, something else that I've been really backtesting is, especially with the SPY, I marked the first 5-minute range, the high and the lows, and that's exactly what I did today. Then I put those Fibonacci levels at equal distances, and that's exactly what happened on SPY to that 942 candle was a retest of that range, and then the 943 should have been my entry, but I got in at 945, stronger confirmation, and then went to the next level.
All right. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Just the 5-minute range makes perfect sense. Measured moves are one of the easiest things to work with Good job on that. Yeah. If you're finding that you're able to pick it easily and consistently, then yeah, you got it. Let's see, if I was going to do a measured move on a 30-minute, because I like the 30, I would do, I see a tight range here, so I'll pick the bottom and the top there. Yeah, just about there. Yep, that respected there. These would be my levels if I had to really pick them today. And yeah, it's pretty much lined up with what we were talking about earlier. Not too far out, eh? Cool.
Rahman, what you explain is kind of the same 5-minute ORB.
Yes,
Kind of.
that's exactly that's exactly what it is. It's a 5-minute ORB, but with the equal distances.
True. To have a target.
Yes, exactly, and that's the biggest takeaway that I got. Like with these Fibonacci's, it gives me a kind of my target points, right? And then even on the 5-minute, it respects these targets so nicely. Even right now, where it's sitting at 640, 620, is chopping right in that range.
Watch the short on Tesla. It's coming. Got a big bearish engulfing here. Short off this previous candle. This is a very bearish indication. Watch it, and then you have the low of day. You'd look for the breakthrough of that, unless the news coming out has some impact on it. But this is a very powerful indication. Cool. Yeah, we have news, what, about 3 minutes, 4 minutes? Fun. Gonna put the SPY here on the 30 so we can watch it.
Avi, when you look for out of money contracts, are you basically going for the nearest one to the price?
Not necessarily. I like to have a target, and that defines a lot of things for me. So I like to go out of the money where the strike price is in between my entry and my target. So let's say I'm going long here right now, and my target 647. I'd probably take the 646 contract. So because the gamma peaks at the strike, and I want to capture as much gamma as possible. There goes Tesla printing new lows. Watch that. So capturing gamma really expands your RVR. So I'm really trying to do that when I get an out of the money opportunity, which is only when I'm looking at a momentum trade. Sometimes you get them even on a 30-minute chart, but most of the time I'm going in the money, especially because to get big trades, you got to leave it alone for a long time, and so you want to put time on your side. Going in the money is best way to put time on your side. So it's not very often I go out of the money. All that's in the options webinar I did as well. It's all recorded here. Take a look at that. All the details are in there of when to go in the money, out the money, and what gamma really is, and how it can really expand your reward side. As long as you're very firm with your stop, you'll be okay. All right, this is interesting on Tesla. I like what it's doing. It printed a new low below the previous low of day. And this is a good sign too. Pulling up, consolidation ideally before the breakdown. I'm only thinking of this as short. It may go long, but I would wait for the consolidation for the breakdown if you're not already in it, or to add to it. This could be good. This candle was huge right here, 954. Completely engulfed all the previous 3 candles. The main thing is it engulfed the previous one, and the low and the close are in the same place. So that's a good one.
Avi, can you open Q? I want to show you something.
Yep.
And put it in 30 minutes. And then put a level at 573.92. Yes, that is Fibonacci level. So
yep.
I was in the SPY, and then also it has, you don't have it in it, but that is very close to 2 days ago. Is it 2 days ago? No, it's over pre-market low. The pre-market low as well. Yes. So I'm just saying that is a Fibonacci level. So if you had I was in the SPY, I couldn't focus. And if you look at that 5-minute as well, put it on the 5-minute as well. You see those The third doge. Yes, that's
Yeah.
so. If it was breaking that level, the Fibonacci level, and if we have that, was it a good entry? That the green, not the green one, but I'm just saying that it's when it was breaking and retest and it's going down. I know it's obvious that we see it is going down, but I'm saying that before we see that.
Yeah. Just a sec. We're getting the news right now, and then we'll get
Yes.
back to this.
Yes.
Yeah. Just watching the SPY here. Looks like it already jumped around a little bit. And let's see what this Michigan sentiment thing wants to do.
And it's inflation as well. There is an inflation expectation as well.
Oh, okay. Good, good. Lots of news, lots of fun.
There are plenty of news at 10.
Good. Let's see if it sets up something. And I used to trade this sort of thing, and right now it's at low of day. Putting in this pattern, I would have been long by now already because it bounced off that bottom and it's printing bullish. The stop very tight right below, big size, and it would be a scalp basically. Target would be 647. There it goes. Start de-risking it somewhere up there now. 646.40-ish. 30, 646.30 is your de-risk area. And 647 is your big target.
The bounce is from the yesterday low.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the strategy I used to use for trading news events. Again, all of these are very powerful strategies, but they're all scalps. And I just choose not to go scalping anymore. All right.
Now, Avi, is that a sign of a reversal on SPY when it engulfs like the last 4 candles?
Yeah, that's a very powerful one right there. But you got to keep in mind that it happened because of the news.
Correct. Yeah, I was going to say.
So, try and make sense of that. Now, you see on Tesla as well, you have something right there. Now you have a bullish engulfing on Tesla. You had a bearish one. Now you have the same thing. Very powerful. Looking to go up. Now, whatever short you had, I would be out of it.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Now you think of a long above that bullish engulfing. And same thing on SPY. All right, looks like the algos did what they wanted to do with the SPY. So I'm going to look at the 30-minute and see if anything's setting up. I don't see anything. It just went down. That's all. That's all. It doesn't give me any setup to work with. Let's see if it sets up a reverse ABCD. A 3-bar play would be fun right around here. That's another 30 minutes, so we'll wait. All right, we were on the on the Qs 5-minute chart. So yeah, if you believe in this level, then you have a breakdown and a retest, and off you go. You have that. Personally, I like to see, again, during the consolidation, I want to see lower highs consistently and a flat bottom, that descending wedge. Then the breakout, then the retest. Then I'll be interested. But yeah, you have a level, you have a breakout, you have a retest. Most of it is there. Makes good sense.
Yeah, in 1 minute it has the test as well. If you look at the 1 minute,
Oh
it was
yes.
just breaking and then retest. Yeah, look at that, the big yes.
Yeah, your entry would be right here at the new low. Right
Yeah,
there.
I had these two, both SPY and the Q, but because I was in the SPY, I could not focus on the Qs. But
Okay. Oh yeah, you can't take all of them. Cool, man. Nice. Yeah, you're spotting the good stuff. I like it. Keep it going, man. Keep it going.
thanks.
Cool. All right, SPY. Nope, it's not giving me a 3-bar play. It won't, it looks like. Even this move down, I didn't get an indication of it. And yeah. Let's see, where are we going to? We have this area. It's pretty obvious.
Or selling volume as well. You don't have the volume, but it says selling volume.
All right. Selling volume, whatever that means.
It looks like SPY is going to the next Fibonacci level.
Yeah, it is. It just hits that, past that.
Just past it. All right. Let's see what we have on this perspective. On a daily chart. Let's get this out of the way. What are we working with? Things going down. Move that here. We have basically a bullish move, pull back. That's your high. That's interesting. So it turned into a false breakout of that very firm high. You see, on this perspective, forget about shorting it. If you're looking at where do you go long from, this is the next area right there. You can see all these candles bouncing there. You have 4 candles here. You have 2 more here. It may happen today. It may not. I have no idea. But that's on the daily chart. That's firm. And you can even see that was resistance and breakthrough. Let's see. You don't have... Yeah, you also have this level that we looked at earlier. This is very obvious. So you can see this range is where it likes to play inside. It stays inside. Once it gets inside, it likes to stay there. Today it got in there from the upside going down. And so that's the area right there for your short. And man, that's a big one. Damn, I should target these kinds of trades, huh?
Maybe give a
Short
try
here.
to the
I mean,
pre-market level.
What, sorry?
Give a try to the pre-market levels. Pre-market high, pre-market low.
Yeah, that
And
one
then-
works too. Yeah, let's look at that as well. I was just trying to see if I can figure out something on the 30-minute, which works for. Sorry, on the daily, which always works nicely. That's big, and yeah, even here, this is big pre-market levels,
Yes.
and yeah. So went through. It would have been a trickier setup, but it's there. Consider this area the retest, or even this area as it went through. Target, and we'll keep through. Yeah, makes sense. You get big moves this way. That's good.
Yeah, it's like $2 moves even on SPY.
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty
the
big.
same NVIDIA and Amazon and Tesla. The Tesla was $5.50 move.
Yeah, I was gonna say the pre-market high and low Fibonacci levels worked beautifully on Tesla. It hit the top, rejected, and then just boom down to the next levels.
Okay. Make sure you see that consistently, like every day.
Yes,
And
yes.
then you've got something. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, pre-market levels work. You get plenty of space in them. Yeah, nothing wrong with using that. On a day trading perspective, you get massive opportunities, as in opportunities every day, going off of pre-market levels. That's pretty obvious. Daily chart levels, not so much. Not every day, but when you get them, they're massive. But then you have to be able to trust them that they're going to go all that way. So let's say if I was going to do this daily chart thing, we have, this zone. So it opened up here. And this area would be, it either bounces or it goes through and then going down. So yeah, there you go, going down. But then it's a massive move. So go to the 30 and see where is potential support, where you might find trouble. You have an obvious one here. This is huge. See all the support right here. And this area as well. It's basically yesterday's low. And then you're going into this area. So this is all areas to de-risk. Your entries up there and the targets at the bottom there. But these lines in between are areas to start taking risk off. And let's see what that would look like. Here, start taking risk off makes sense. Over here, we've taken it off, we're going through. Again, I used to trade this stuff, daily chart stuff. It's just a little too subjective. That's the only thing. I'll show you another thesis altogether. So now you get confused. You're thinking that you have, again, big move up, and that's your big resistance. But then yesterday, it bounced off of that and went. So you're thinking, all right, today it's opening up, pretty much in the middle of yesterday's range, or yesterday's open. So if it can bounce off of either the big resistance or bounce off of yesterday's low, which there are buyers there. Oops. Where is it? I keep losing this chart. Yeah, right there, yesterday's low. And you're thinking these two areas are areas of perhaps taking a long. So then you go to a 1-minute chart, no setup for a long. And here you get a setup for a long after the news with a possible entry as well. You put that on, you stop out. And that's it. The day's over. You're not thinking short because your whole idea here is that it's long. right? And then you go 2 stop outs or whatever, and then you start changing it around. Oh, it's a short. Now you're getting all messed up. This is the problem with it. And this is the problem with the 1 minute chart. Also a problem with the daily chart. I can't seem to pick the direction firmly. The 30-minute for me is where it really makes it obvious. It's either giving me a setup or it's not. And it didn't give me any setup yet so far today. It's been short, it's been weak, it's been good. But no setup for me to really take the short. You have a reversal happening, but then a continuation of the reversal. So where would that be? I don't see a setup anywhere here like a, what do you call it, continuation setup to go down. Reverse ABCD. It's not there. Let's see what the 60-minute chart says. Yeah, nothing as well. So nothing in these ones.
Avi, I have shared the IBKR
Mhm.
8 a.m. And can you look at it, because I want you to see the candle at 8 a.m. It has a very long wick, and I want you to see whether if we have such a candle, does it convince you that it's gonna push to go short or no?
Okay, let's look at it. Where have you shared it?
Announcements.
Announcements. Yeah, I think I saw it earlier. Yes. Okay.
You don't see it in DAS because it's not obvious, but if you can see it, if you can bring it, and then
Yeah. So we have, what do we have? Let's work with this. We have the lowest 646.81, 646.81, right about there. 648.80, right there. All right. So that's your 8 a.m. candle with a big wick on the upside.
yes. If we go all the way to that level, 648.80, yes. If it has like that, and it
Mhm.
was saying that there's a pressure to go down, it was not convincing you to go again after that break if you were seeing it on that.
Is this the same body on that candle?
Yes.
Same.
The
Okay.
bottom is the
Just the
same.
way.
Even the shape of that candle is the same. It's just only the wick is going all the way to that 64.80.
Got it.
Just imagine you have a very long wick.
Yeah. See, that's an interesting point. You can use it and say that that's your continuation pattern. On the other side, if that wick was like that and there was a bullish setup, then I'll ignore it. I'm like, yeah, it's just the 8 a.m. prince. Ignore the wick and go long. You see? So there's two different ways to think about it.
It could act both. Yeah, I've seen it. The
Yeah.
both ways. Yeah. It could
Seen it both.
bounce. To
Yeah.
bounce, that is S3, and then that's actually what I was waiting to see if it's going to bounce from that level and go all the way up because it was S3, or if there is the selling volume in order to go down and the breakout. I just used the second one, but you're right, it could act both ways.
Could be both. And I've used them both ways and I don't have a conclusion of which way is correct. Anyways, I don't even use it now. But so you got to think of that. And think of what is consistent for you. So I don't know. And if it's
I
all
think
way
that
too
it
confusing-
was. I think if there was room to the left with the wick, maybe it's with the conviction, but with this one there was no room to the left. Yeah, if it was just higher, that
I think
shape-
there is room to the left because the move started up here. This is the down move. Then this is the consolidation. You're looking at the consolidation. With the room to the left, you're just thinking it went out of the consolidation. This is the place you're looking at, the consolidation in a continuation pattern. That's the key. In a reversal, it's something else. But yeah, continuation, reverse ABCD, you're just looking at the consolidation section of it. And then, yeah, I think there's room to the left on this 8 a.m. candle. Or is it here? Yeah. And that could be okay.
It's unfortunate that the dust doesn't have it.
Yeah.
The candle visual is helping.
Yeah.
Yes, I put the levels.
The visuals are there, yeah.
Manually, but visually, when your eyes is seeing it, is a different story.
Yep, I get it. But you gotta then again, whatever it is, just back test it. And again, it's just another simple indicator, and there are millions of indicators. If one's no good or confusing or not reliable, then dump it and go lean on the most important thing, which is real-time price action. And then, just wait for the price action to set up. And if you happen to bump into an indicator that seems to make sense to you, then test it out and see if it works, and you can add it in. That's basically how I just keep evolving my trading. Here's another idea. Since the pre-market stuff with the 8 a.m. candle's not coming, I'm thinking let's remove the pre-market action. Do you know how to do that? Data config, I think. How do you get the chart to not show pre-market? Oh, there it is. Enable, disabled. Okay. There we go. No pre-market activity. Now what do we think? This is fun. So here, big reversal, open down here. Wow. 30 minutes setup. 30 minutes setup. Broke through. So you have nothing here except a 30-minute ORB, which is something I would be interested in. If you have such a bearish candle to begin with, and it's breaking through a firm support zone last couple of days, 30-minute ORB going down. So short in this area, target, you have that obvious support there. Oh man, I keep hitting this button all the time. The obvious support right there, as well as I put it down there. That area. Let's see how that would look. There you go. The level ends up in the same place, huh? If you can catch a breakdown. A retest didn't happen. It's getting close to that target. Again, nothing wrong with trading like this as well. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. You can see quite a few setups on this one. This is funny. She identified this big bearish move. And then if you're identifying this as a reversal area, and you're thinking the long is above the center of that reversal, which is here. During this day, you might get stopped once or twice before going up. Over here, you have the obvious pattern right there. Almost obvious. What else? Over here, you have... Oh, yeah, this is interesting. In the middle of this day, you'd go long here somewhere. Continuation. Anyways, there's many ways to trade, right? And none of them are wrong. Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. I haven't paid attention to the chat at all. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Oops. Let's just go to the most recent. Adele, what are you talking about? You have a question? Basic question. Consider scenario expecting the intraday SPY move higher. Price is 640. You're thinking 45. If you enter, it strikes 643 out of the money. And you enter, it strikes below 640, is in the money. Yes, that's right, Adele. Yeah, that's option stuff. In the money, out the money. Very much. So on that stuff, I mean, option stuff, shit, man, just a quick Google search and in 3 minutes, you'll figure out what's in the money, out the money. You don't need much. What is it? Investing.com, I think, is a good site. You can just read a single page on that, and in 3 minutes, you get all that information. You'll get everything you need to know as far as trading the way I trade is concerned. So you get that. Yeah, Mark, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone of not taking trades these days. Might be the rest of this year, it feels like. I don't even know.
Investopedia, Avi, it was Investopedia.
Investopedia, yes, thank you. Investopedia, perfect, thanks. I can't tell you how much I've learned from there, you know?
It's a very nice site. It's a very nice site, yeah.
Yeah, just simple stuff. Instead of hunting down courses and so-called gurus on the internet, in 3 minutes, you'll figure it all out.
It has videos, clips, short video clips explaining examples.
Yeah. It's all there, man. It's all there. You don't need all this stuff. You don't need all these books and things. What do we got? Passive income. You're talking about Fed members came out and said he wants 6 rate cuts and a huge one in September because the data is bad. The Fed's too late. Huge sell-off in September. Cool. All right. Everyone go to cash. We'll start shorting after Labor Day. Yeah. Okay. You guys got a chat going on. What am I missing here? Nothing. Yeah. Cool. David, am I part of bootcamp? No, David, I'm no longer a part of that syndicate. If that's a word. PCT, BBT, trading terminal, all that's firmly in the past. Brave new world out here, huh? More fun. Regime. Oh, you guys are funny. No, I've moved on from all that. David, you're in there? All right. Yeah, a lot of people here are BBT members. Yep. Or were or are BBT members and bootcamp graduates, if that's a word. All right, this 30-minute chart is messing with me. I can't look at it. I got to put the pre-market activity back on. It still comes down to a simple thing for me. It's just price action. If I see a good setup, then I'll wait for the entry. Levels and all don't matter. And I'll happily look at the pre-market along with it. So far this week, I've been here every day. I haven't seen a single thing, except on this day. I think this was Monday, but by the time it happened, I was already gone. It was late in the day. Well, we've had some decent moves, but nothing that I could catch. Nothing that set up for me.
I think SPY is setting up for reversal.
Yeah, we have a level there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. You have this interesting breakout zone. Breakout bounced off before, it's bouncing off again. So if that's a level for reversal, you have, oh, that's interesting. You have a small ABCD pattern with a good hammer, and the entry would have been a minute ago, yeah? But you're looking here at ABCD, you're not looking at a reversal in this case.
Can you see that 5 minutes?
5 minutes, what do we have? Oh yeah, you got that hammer, there it is, yep. Your entry is right there. Yep, 5 minutes makes sense. 644.32, basically enter at 644.40, just above that green line, that's your entry.
It's interesting, there was a very big order at 643, which they use it as a magnet to bring it down. It was there from a long time ago, and then they removed it at 10:17.
Just removed it, decided to turn it
They
around.
removed it, and then it's just going the other way.
Oh man, don't you love
These
it?
market makers are super smart guys.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest with you, you don't have to be very smart to fool retail traders like us. These market makers know exactly how greed and fear works. For guys like us sitting at home in our pajamas trying to do this, really, they got it. They got us wrapped around their finger. And as long as you know that, then you can work with them. Otherwise, you're gonna get eaten up by the market. But yeah, they got all kinds of games. And yep, they show their games too on the level 2. It's all there. And on the tape as well. It's all there. But yeah, good catch on this reversal setup. It's a good one. It's been in a downtrend. If you have firm levels there, you put in the hammer with room to the left. The entry is the new high. Right now is testing your entry. Your stop should ideally be below the hammer, but you take a 1 minute entry. You enter about there. You put your stop. Yeah, below this big bullish candle would make sense. That's where I would put it.
I took a small risk because it was almost close to that ATR, and I thought it sold enough. Maybe it's just gonna bounce, and then seek VWAP.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if you use ATR, if you're able to use it convincingly, that's a good one.
Yesterday I was backtesting the pre-market levels. I tested for around 100 trades, and the results were almost the same as with the Fibonacci levels, like almost the same. They have a higher RVR, and the win rate is also good. The good thing is you get the move early in the day, as compared to like for Fibonacci, I have to wait until at least 10 o'clock. But with the pre-market levels, you get it like really early on moves.
Nice. That's cool. If that's working, man, that's amazing. So just high and low pre-market. That's it.
So by Monday, I will have around 300 trades, at least 300 trades back tested.
Awesome.
So we'll have a clear answer.
I think 100 trades is already pretty clear, but cool, man. Yeah, 300. Let's see what happens. But those are all good indications, as in you're getting consistency and you're getting it early in the day. So even psychologically, you're not exhausted. You're not waiting for 3 hours for a setup and all that. That's really good. That's even, I think that's a very powerful point, not to be underestimated. Nice.
I was just looking to see if I was staying from that 933 that I entered, 934 that I entered, and it was exiting the bottom of the day. I just calculated it was 30 hours. I did not stay. I'm not saying that I didn't stay. I'm saying if I was staying.
Now you got to look at what would be your indication to stay on something like that. That's a tough one. Everyone gets out too early. But the good thing is you have an opportunity to add. Let's say you're getting in early on.
I'm bad at adding. I'm bad at adding, because when I add, sorry to interrupt, it's just I cannot calculate my risk, my stop, then I just ruin my trade. It's just a matter of, I know when I'm entering the trade, I know what is my risk. But when I'm adding it, then I don't know where is the stop loss to put. And then because the stop is just the oldest stop, it just becomes minus 6R.
No, you got to make sure you're firstly at break even. And when you're add in such a way that your new stop loss is at break even at the technical level. So it's a little bit of calculation.
Yes.
Not too complicated, but as far as technically adding is concerned, if you're convinced it's a move down, then right here you're getting a continuation pattern. There's a place to add. Then it goes down more. What do we have? We have, this is a very bullish pattern, but the moment it breaks through that low, that bullish pattern is invalid and almost becomes a very aggressive bearish move, which in this case it did. Can add more there. That's an interesting one because you really want to add on the pullbacks. Oh, here's another one. Here you have a consolidation. And this one popped out of the consolidation. So adding right after this candle in this zone would make sense. And your stop's right above it. So your stop's up there to begin with, then your stop's up over here, then it's here. And oh, here's another one. You could see this massive bullish candle, then the new low. That could be another adding point. So your new stop is over here. Yeah. And then down here, this is a bearish wick. You'd add and put the stop here, and then that would be the end of it over here. You got the whole thing. So always good to stay in the game a little bit. That's why I never suggest to take out 100%. Take out 80% of your position at a big target, but try and recycle them, and then once you get used to it, then you get used to holding on for bigger moves and all those other things. It gets much more complicated with options. But on this kind of price action, it's not too difficult. So things to think about, things to practice.
Yeah. Right now, these days, I'm just entering with a fixed risk and a 4R target, and then I did move my target, but then I exited at 7R, and I was not very confident that it's just going to continue. But you're right. But because it was a hard target, it exited 100%. I could do it and then just recycle it, yes. But I see consistency in this format rather than just keeping it in.
Well, go to 90%. At least you have something on the table still. Just get used to the idea of holding for bigger moves, and slowly you'll evolve your trading. The mindset will slowly shift. The more you see that, there's more in it, the more you'll get used to seeing it go. And even that last 10% that goes for another 10R, I mean, you'll be surprised how much money that makes, even on a tiny position. It's quite enormous. Cool. Guys, another minute or so in this session. Let me know what else is on your minds.
Yeah, a quick question. Have you read Thor's book about the Camarilla pivots?
I have his book. I read bits and pieces of it.
He has an indicator on TradingView now, and I've been following how well those levels seem to hold. Might be worth a read.
Yeah, they hold well. I have it. I'm reading something else at the moment, but yeah, I could look at it again.
Yeah,
two chapters.
Even today, SPY got up to S3 and dumped from there.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, but I have Thor set up. Today is higher range. If it was Thor set up, it going to the, because it's higher range, it should have been bounced from the S3 going up, or it just bounce reverse to the S4 and go down, which is just, his system did not show it, because I do have his system.
Mhm.
But it's true, you're right. But I'm saying that the S3 bounce was not. The S4 reversal, yes. Breakdown, sorry, the S4 breakdown.
Cool. Well, yeah, if you're convinced to be able to use it and back test it, and you're able to see it consistently to the point where you're ready to put risk on it, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't know it. I've attempted the pivots in the past, and I got totally lost. Totally couldn't figure it out at all. I don't know which one would be called support and resistance, and then but it goes the other way, and then but it has to be in a certain range, high range, mid range, something. It just messed with my head. So that's not something that works for me. It's just too much usage of mental capital for me. You know, I got a life outside of day trading. I don't want day trading to totally consume me. So that's how I like to do it. Anyways, what else? Last couple of things here in the chat, and then we'll end this one. Vinny, you got something, Matt? Okay. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, measured moves. You guys got this Fibonacci measured move thing, man. It's easy enough. You don't need anything else. Passive income. You're asking for the name of the indicator. Harsh, you got the name of the indicator, Thor's indicator on TradingView. We got someone here asking for it in the chat. Dan, naked trading beats all. Absolutely, naked trading beats all. Just to me, it's just candlesticks. I don't need anything else. Very happy with that. Tarek says pivots are too complicated.
It's-
Yeah, for me. Mhm.
On
Go ahead.
TradingView, it's called Camera Pivots by a guy named Bruz, BRUZX. It's just called Camera Pivot Place.
Bruz. Okay. Thanks. All right, you got a hotkey to find the range manual. All right, cool. All right, you guys got it all. Nice. All right, guys. So it's 10:30. That's the end of this one. Happy Friday. Happy hour begins right now in our Discord room. So we'll end this one, and everyone pop in there. I'll see you guys there in a little bit. Hope it's been good. I'll see you soon.
There.
Thank you, Avi.
See ya.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you, Avi. What is the plan?